Did you guys hear about the rabbit who works at the local microbrewery? He's all in charge of the hops.
It's not recording.
Huh?
You didn't.
Yeah,
I
it's
think you
recording.
started recording late.
No, it's recording. Welcome back, Earl. Welcome back.
It won't do it. I'm pushing it. It says
button.
You've done it like
Stop
3 times
pushing the
now.
button.
Are you not seeing it, Earl?
it's not
We
showing
got
it on
some
my
hops. We got hops.
It's not showing it on my screen. Why
It's
is
not.
I
I
saw
don't
it.
know. But you saw it,
Yeah.
Devil? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that? I just heard the end of it,
Oh boy.
but it never showed it.
well,
Right,
what a way to
right
start
after
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did it show up?
Oh yeah, 4 times.
Yeah, wait till you watch the replay, Earl. We multiplied like rabbits.
Oh man. Oh man.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the AFoOL podcast. As you can see, we are a bunch of fools. This is episode 124, and I'm back. I'm feeling better. I guess I'm feeling better. Let's see. Who do we have with us? We've got Jabo down below. That's BrickTsar, and over there is Joey. That's BrickTrains. I think I'm lagging. I think the problem is I'm lagging over here.
Yeah, you might be just a tad bit laggy. This is gonna be a good episode. I can see it already.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I should have cleared my cookies.
Yeah, you probably should have, because you're starting to lag pretty bad. You just want to clear them and come back.
See if I can do it.
Tech support on the
If it'll
AFoOL
let
podcast.
me.
Yeah.
There he goes. So did you bring a copy of 124? I don't have a copy of 124. I hear you rattling. There it is. There it is. Hang on. Let me
have it on the side. He 124.
He 124. What is that? Is awesome.
I don't know.
Huh. So just a plain blue boxcar.
Yep. The only thing special is the printed pieces, which aren't. I don't think they're even exclusive. They in the doors.
Those are printed then, right? Yeah, they're not.
They're printed. No stickers.
No stickers. Well, not back then, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah. Fancy base there.
They got some use out of those doors too. They made a lot of trucks in that era.
Yeah. They open.
Very cool. And the red and blue. I mean, it seems so simple, but it was opposites attract. So it worked really good for a couple.
Oh yeah, the contrasting colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back when Lego made separate freight cars for your. Yeah, last week we had a passenger car. This week it's a freight car. Was this 1969 also?
This was. I got it pulled up right here. Where's the date? Yes, 1969.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
So
this is one of those you can easily, if you get the printed parts, which aren't expensive, then get the doors in gray. I mean, it's just all standard bricks from that era. Anybody can piece this together. Oh, it's sad when I look at stuff like this because it's so simple. I mean, it's either sad or good. I mean, they still aren't worth a lot.
Right.
Because it's just basic bricks. But yeah, 124. So
yeah. The thing is though, could you build that with modern parts? I guess there's all the The
No.
wheels, obviously, no. But those plates,
I mean, if you substituted out modern wheels, I guess actually they don't make the brick axles anymore.
no. No, I guess there really wouldn't be a modern equivalent for that.
But the door, they don't make the doors. You'd have to
No.
substitute the doors.
Yeah.
They do make an opening door though, don't they?
Yeah, I think
It won't be exactly like these, but
I don't know. It's I was just thinking from a collecting standpoint, you wouldn't necessarily have to get all the old vintage, because those old vintage gray pieces will be a little.
Well, it's got the 6x16. I think that's what this is.
Yeah, and that's
the base, and then the roof uses 6x16, and the gray and the blue both get brittle.
Yeah, they do. 6x16 plate.
It's not rare. Nothing on here. I don't think any piece on here is expensive. Like if you were to piece this together.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's. I see Earl. He's back. Let's see if he hits the button to let himself in. Oh, he went away. Earl.
Oh, this is.
He was laughing. I think he hit the wrong button to let himself in and actually closed his window. But yeah, other than the wheels and the couplers, I guess, and those are not very good wheels.
Oh no, they're very a lot of friction.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
well,
usually when I run these old trains, they're pretty squeaky.
Yeah.
On the track.
And that has the ridged wheels, right? It has
this one has ridged. Yeah, they're
right.
ridged.
Which that's great for the locomotive because you get the extra traction, but it always feels like to me whenever I run those that you're getting more friction against the cars. Like the cars it's harder to pull them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think even back then, Lego didn't expect you to pull more than three cars, 3 or 4 cars.
Yeah.
I cleared the cookie, so it cleared everything. I had to sign back into my email, sign back in.
Well, you're synced up better now. So.
Yeah.
You want me to drop the bumper?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go for 6 times the bumper.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So let's.
We're going to hit the bumper for each as we go up. Next week, episode 125. We got to hit the bumper 125 times.
Oh, hey, I got a new one. I got a new. Well, I don't know what we're going to call it, but hang on, watch this.
Right. What the heck, Lego?
He kind of dared me to say it. You know, here's another one for him. Oh, so are you having an anniversary in a couple days or Friday today?
Thank you for reminding me 2 days before.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Today, as this airs, it will be my 17-year anniversary since I first posted a video on YouTube.
17 years.
And I think the first thing I ever said on YouTube was, "Okay."
And that would have been on one of your other
my original channel. Yeah. I uploaded 2 videos. One was about 3 minutes long. The other one's less than a minute, I think. And yeah, I thought it was a family video sharing site.
Well, I mean, honestly, back then we've lost Earl, but not for technical difficulties. I mean, honestly, back then it really was some sort of not file sharing, but video sharing.
Yeah.
But now it's just growing.
There was no monetization then.
Right. Yeah. It was a completely different thing back then.
Yeah. But it's sometimes I have to think, like, if I hadn't have posted those 2 videos, I might not be sitting here talking to you guys right now.
That's right.
That is a true statement.
Because the only reason I got to making more videos on YouTube was because they reached out to me. Hey, your video, and it's crazy to think because of one video, Google was reaching out to me to make more videos.
Huh? That's interesting. One video, and
one video. The one video, and at the time, it had over 200,000 views, which
Well,
that was viral at that time.
yeah.
And that was what video number was that of yours?
The first video.
That was the first video.
The
okay.
first
That was
video.
the first video.
Yeah. And, it was maybe 2 years after I posted it that they were asking me to monetize.
So 17 years ago, what is that? Is that 90? No, what is that?
2008.
So 2008. What was Lego in 2008?
Well, you know what? 2007 is kind of like a transitional year, I think, for Lego, because that's when we got the cafe corner. There's a lot of good stuff.
So you were in right before that, right after that.
That means when I started. Well, that's when I posted to YouTube.
You
would be another year before I posted anything that had Lego in it.
Right?
Unless you see it in the background. I think you do see it. Actually, you see it. I think that even though both of those early videos, you can probably see Lego in the background.
I'm trying to pull 2008 up, but
BrickTsar not.
Yeah, it's being very slow. Maybe I need to clear my cookies. Oh, come on.
Yeah, so it wasn't really until 2011 I started posting more because they reached out to me in 2010. I thought it was a scam.
Yeah.
And then,
so 2008, let's do how many sets did they release in 2008?
500.
445.
Okay.
Golly.
That's more than double now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, 25 is on track right now. I think we're right at 500. So yeah. Last year was.
It's been over 900 the last 2 or 3 years.
Here we go.
So what was like? Oh, SpongeBob was going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the major themes that we got going? The Vesta wind turbine.
Didn't know about it then.
Why don't they do houses like that? Go back up to that.
These yellow house,
that beach house. Why don't they do houses like that anymore?
Yeah.
Well, who was it? Somebody said that it's like if city doesn't have any good buildings anymore.
Everything's open back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Friends has them all. Cities almost become all vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Ooh.
Dang, Joey, you got that one and you still want it.
It's probably because I want the box.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. Lots of Duplo. Trying to see what Mission to Mars. We still had some Castle.
Uh-huh.
Is that
2008 was the 50-year anniversary of the brick patent, right?
Yeah, that was that set. Hang on, let me go back to it. Early can't be yawning all the time now. That's gonna make me yawn.
Yeah.
There we go. Special edition 50-year.
Yeah. Golden brick included.
Yay.
I get there's an eBay auction where guys selling the golden brick from Lego Masters, and it's just that brick.
I was gonna say
I think it's one of those bricks, or it might even be one of the metallic bricks. Not even that brick, one of the metallic gold ones.
Which is a keychain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not has nothing to do with Lego Masters.
No. What was that the metallic one? It was released separate from a keychain.
Well, I'm talking about when I say it actually is. I don't even think it's metallic. I think or chrome. I think it's more.
I was trying to look.
Whatever you call it, brush gold.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well.
2008, man. Hard to believe it was 17 years ago.
Where does time go? Belleville was still a thing. I know I'm not showing it anymore. So let me go on. Let me get back to something else.
Yeah, that's when the collector's guide to Lego came out. Was 2008.
I wish they'd do another one of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They did an update in 2011.
So that book you can flip through it.
Yeah.
And it has all the
How do you do that, Earl? How do you
just reached back and picked it up?
Hang on one second. It's Twins Roy. And then the numbers.
Is he giving out his password to his bank?
Oh
Yeah, he is. Don't dox yourself,
no,
Earl.
that'll get to when we get to the printer. My printer struggles. I felt like Alex with my printer. So when we get there, unless you want me to talk about it now.
Let's talk about it now. Yeah, we're there now.
So my wife, I still haven't installed them, but my wife bought these cameras that she wanted me to install. They've been sitting, I don't know, for 2 months. They've been sitting in my living room.
Yeah.
He says, "When are you going to do something with these?" I'm like, "I didn't buy them." So I went to hook them up, and when I tried to connect them to my Wi-Fi, they wouldn't connect because it said my Wi-Fi name was too long. Which I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go rename my Wi-Fi. So when I went on to rename my Wi-Fi, it said that my router needed to be updated. I was like,
Oh no.
oh, okay, great. So no big deal. I got a new router. Well, when you get a new router, you know what happens. Everything in your house
Is
is
disconnected.
defaulted to your Wi-Fi. You have to so one thing at a time, and I finally get to my printer, and my printer I could not factory reset. I was so aggravated. So I mean I was to the point I was like Alex, I wanted to throw the printer outside. So I ended up just, you know what? I'm just going to buy a new printer. Just $60, I'm going to buy a new printer, and that's what I did, and I put the other one right in the trash. And because I was so aggravated with it. But now my printer works, and obviously my cookies were full.
Yeah, but printer cartridges are going to be $40-$50 easy.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Is a printer was $60.
Yeah,
it comes with ink. The ink by itself is like $35. So
right. Yeah, I got my printer has an error on it right now. It's running low on some ink, but I haven't looked at it to see which one. But mine's a laser printer, so the cartridges are going to be expensive. And the printer's not.
Everything in your basement is as high tech as it can be.
Not everything. Not everything. All right.
Yeah, printers. Can't live with them. Can't live without them.
Well, do you ever have to tech support those at work?
Actually, it's funny because we upgraded a site. Their printer has a factory date of 2008.
Okay.
2008, and it's printed over 88,000 pages.
Wow.
This printer, it's an HP printer. It installs on the new equipment, but it says it's chosen the best driver, but then when you click on it, it says no driver.
Yeah.
And we have tried, and there's something on the network that's blocking it, and nobody's been able to figure it out. And I'm afraid to tell the customer, y'all need to buy a new printer, because I'm afraid that the new printer might not work. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking they still got the old computers there that are, they're old. We just replaced all of them. I'm thinking about taking one of the old computers, giving it a new IP address, putting it on the network, and connecting the printer to it.
And share the printer.
Print.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's something they went from a 32-bit to 64-bit, and
probably
I don't know. It's just
I have ran into printer driver.
Yeah, the last printer I had was like that. I used it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. As a matter of fact, it was the same printer went on Black Friday for like $30. I was like, well, that's cheaper than buying ink. So
yeah,
I
went and bought. Get you.
And it same thing. It lost a driver or lost a compatibility or something because of a driver.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I think that I don't know. It feels like sometimes that they do that on purpose, right? It's
yeah,
like,
they do.
Yeah, they do. The way I look, look. If I buy a printer for $60 and I get a year out of it, it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
I hope mine doesn't die, because I've bought printer cartridges. I got spare printer cartridges. I bought them cheap on Amazon, and I'm hoping I use them before they dry out.
Yeah. That's always the risk, isn't it?
Well, they're not even. They're they shouldn't dry out because they're
Are they crayons?
no, they're
Well, no, no, seriously, there is a printer that has a solid. It's not wax, although
Yeah.
it might be wax. But yeah, they have like a solid thing in there, and it kind of melts it as it goes. And I just jokingly go, "Oh, you got one of the crayon printers." But yeah, it's not
laser printer. But it's funny you say crayons. My poor daughter, she's going to save some money and do home dry cleaning.
Okay.
She took my son-in-law's 2 suits, and they had been to the Mexican restaurant, and apparently he had stuck a couple of the crayons from when Milo was drawing into, and only took like 2 crayons. And man, he looks like Spot. His suit's got spots all over it.
Oh no.
Multicolor.
Mm.
Yeah, don't do home dry cleaning with a crayon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Trials and tribulations of a toddler.
Yeah. They find new ways to cost you money.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a few things on eBay. Now the one that I got here.
Hold on.
Oh yes, sorry.
Hold on.
All right. How about something crazy on eBay?
Yeah. Woo.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, we got to use our bumpers, or
Yeah,
we
paid high dollar for those.
Yeah.
All right, where was I? Here I am. Okay, here's the first one. Can you both see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was this, and it sold, but this was it's sold for. Let me see if I can go to see original listing. There we go. That's a better picture. It's rough. This is a giant box.
Oh my goodness.
It's I think it's about 3 foot tall by. Oh, it measures up 33 inches by 21 inches. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty long.
It's a
Is it a retailer box?
No, it was a school. It was for schools.
Oh,
it's the education set.
Does it show?
Oh, now you see it with the furniture in the background.
There it is. There it is. Look at that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's like there's a
chair. That's huge.
Oh, that's an exercise bicycle.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm so used to my boxes that I have. Even saying 33 inches, it didn't click with me. That's pretty big.
Yeah. So I thought, I don't know, $300. Somebody bought it for $300.
Or best offer.
That's true. They had $63 to ship it, which is probably not out of the.
Probably about right.
That's probably not too far off.
It's obviously rough. I have one of these.
You do?
I do. Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was before Phillips.
Yes, with those screws and those hinges. Those are horrible hinges. Mine are about the same.
Look, his has come off there.
Yeah, they've
looks like it's replaced screws too.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh yeah, those aren't original screws there.
No, but
and it's splitting.
Yeah, it's splitting because of the screws you put in it.
You put two big screws in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at any rate, I thought that was kind of. I mean, you don't see that too often.
No.
This one here has changed since I put it up here. So it's $95 and it's
I know what the change was.
Right. So yeah, you look at this, you think, okay, is it worth $95? You kind of like, oh, that box is really rough. But when I put it in the show notes, when I first saw it,
I saw it.
It said complete with instructions.
Yeah.
It ain't in the description. If you scroll down the description, it says, I think it says missing lots of stuff.
Yeah, that's complete instruction, missing lots of stuff. That is such a funny read. Yeah. I tell you how this happens is that they're going to list it, and you can start your listing by looking at sold listings, and it'll populate everything for you.
It's not necessarily sold. And now with AI, if you type in something, it'll give you like the closest matches. And if you click one because the picture matches and you think that's the one it is, if you don't edit the description, even though you have to add your own pictures, if you don't edit the description, it'll go with the one you've matched it to.
Right.
Yeah, I've made that mistake.
Yeah. So, at any rate, something interesting. I think I have one more. Did I have something? Oh yeah, you brought this one up.
Yeah, this is a neat little scam we could.
Yeah,
rare.
I mean,
So
never seen them before.
Mhm.
It comes with a story.
It came with a story, and I looked because I thought, well, are these really Samsonite? Because I tried to look on a box. I tried to look. I was like,
Yeah.
are they? And I couldn't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story. What was the story? Is it
And it's
something about it.
distributor?
Father.
my dad
Brad
worked for
Brother,
Samsonite.
Yeah, my dad. Yeah, there it is. Yep. And
Are they
that's a cool, I guess, a story.
He brought home these glued models. So guess what I could do? I could go build these, glue them together, and come up with a story.
Right.
And sell you $1.55 worth of parts for $250.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, those do look like Samson. Look, wait, go back to that top down view of the hat guy. Which one was it? Yeah.
That one.
Look,
Okay.
the logos. Are they?
Oh yeah,
they're all
crooked.
twisted.
Yeah, they're crooked. Yeah.
Yeah, they're crooked. So yeah, it's Samsonite.
Yeah, it's definitely Samsonite. That's crazy.
All right. So while you're there, type in Star Wars Cloud City.
Somebody's been looking at little robots.
I have, yeah. Cloud
then-
City.
Yeah. Just type that in and search. Oh, Lego. You got to put Lego. I'm sorry.
I was gonna
Lego.
say.
Lego Star Wars Cloud City. See if it'll come up for you. Now go to sold.
Do I need to go to all before I go to sold?
I don't think so.
Well, I did it. Sorry, it'll come up. All
Right.
sold.
Go to sold or whatever,
Sold items.
and then sort that by from high to low.
From high to low. Woo!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
12,000.
The 9,000 is crazy enough.
You think Alex would pass on this one on his price hiker?
Yeah.
Realistically, is this worth 9,000?
That's why I was thinking about this segment, so I typed in Lego and I went from the highest sold to just kind of, and most of it is this.
Yeah.
There's a couple screwball items, but
So look at this one here for 5,600. This one, this is an auction that 43 bids were entered on. Man,
Yeah.
and if you scroll down a few more, you'll come to the first Boba Fett, I think.
oh,
There you go.
20,000.
I mean, that's
One
just
fig.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And to think, Joe, you thought you had it. You almost had it.
Oh, it's this close.
So probably pre-COVID. So 2019, what were these selling for? I wonder.
You'd have to go to Brick Economy to
Yeah.
see.
Well, hang
Yeah,
on.
this is one that's famous for being famously.
Yeah, and the reason everybody thinks this is the most valuable minifigure or the one that everybody wants, the bucket list item or whatever, but it's not the scarcest. It's by far not the rarest.
No,
Yeah.
but it has so yeah, there's what drives the value up, right? So Mr. Gold is going to be in that list of rare and expensive, but it has a smaller people who are interested in it, right? Star Wars has a much bigger. So is that Star Wars people that are paying that, or is that Lego people that are paying that? Obviously a crossover, maybe the ultimate
You can't
Lego
see
Star Wars.
spending what you'd pay for a car a few years ago.
Right. Right.
for a Lego set.
Yeah, I couldn't spend it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to it, and I couldn't max out credit cards to do that. That's crazy.
And you know, like Earl said, it's not rare because I mean, just it's amazing that you had at least 6 recently that have sold for more than 5,000.
Yeah,
Like
1, 2,
like
3, 4, 5.
insider sets, Lego Insider Tour or whatever they call it, Inside Tour sets, where there's not that many of them,
Right?
less than 100 in most cases. Those don't go for that, but there's
No.
not the demand. So this is a combination of mostly of demand
Right.
and
It's
the
not,
lack of sealed ones in the
it's
market.
not supply. It's just
No.
demand.
Yeah.
Demand. So it's your Star Wars Lego fans or Star Wars fans. I'd say, there's going to be some of that too, where it's just straight up a Star Wars guy that's got to collect all the Star Wars.
Mhm.
And there's going to be. So speaking of Star Wars, do we want to talk about all the new releases in
Yes,
May?
there's one I want you to pull up. I think it's a May, and I
Is it
want
May
you to look at the price of it.
Okay.
You know which
Alright.
one I'm talking about, Jabo?
You tell me which I
I don't
got.
collect
I don't
Star
know
Wars.
the name of it. I don't know the name of it, but I just saw it was like a 400-piece set for $90.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, let's just go across here. Then when you get to it,
let's see if it's on there.
yeah. So here's Chopper. Yeah, okay, Chopper, $99. Then we have the Jango Fett helmet.
I'll probably end up getting that one at some
Will ya?
point.
Okay.
I got the other helmets like
That's
that.
that's why I'm probably gonna get it.
Yeah. Then we have the Star
Oh.
Wars.
That actually looks better than I thought it was gonna look.
So
no minifigures.
no
No
minifigures,
minifigures.
and it's small. Let's see, what
Yeah.
is our?
But there's no minifigures at $60. If there was minifigures, it would be like the Marvel one. It'd be $100.
But think about it. It's no minifigures. It's less than 400 pieces.
Yeah,
And it's $60.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's why this segment is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that in a mirror? Well, I am really confused by this picture.
Don't. It'll hurt your brain. Just let it go. Let it go. Yeah. It's right.
Does it look like that on the back? Does it look like
No,
reverse?
it's like the reverse image on a photo.
So if you turn this set around, it'll say Ratswar.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's one of those.
So
Yeah.
go to the third image.
The third image?
Yeah, right there. No, yep. Yeah. So she's looking at it
From behind. Yeah.
So does
it
it actually
even-
say it in reverse on the back side, or is it just black?
That's what I thought. It would just be black on the back. I thought
Because that see, she's looking at it from behind, but
No, it's all the way through. Look at that picture again. Go back to the one just before that.
Why does the person get to see the back and we don't?
Well, you got the mirror shot, the very disturbing.
That is just weird.
It doesn't.
I think that's intentional.
Well, it is right, isn't it? But yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Okay.
I'll wait for it's on clearance for 50% off.
Yeah,
it'll probably be one that. Yeah, I will.
That's when I'll get it, and I mean, if I don't, that's not one.
Oh, it's 700 pieces. I'm sorry. I was looking at the insider points. I'm an idiot.
So it's not a bad price.
No, okay. My brain was seeing that 390.
Oh yeah, the wrong
700 pieces.
I think this is the one. Nope, that's not the one. Is this the one?
386 pieces.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one.
It's a micro build.
386 pieces. It's a micro build, no minifigs, $70.
Yeah.
Are they calling this Starship Collection?
This is the one.
Yeah, now
Explain
that one
is.
Oh yeah, this is worse than what I was saying before. Yeah.
Why isn't this one even at $49.99? It would be overpriced.
Okay, It is 386 pieces.
Yes,
386 pieces.
Making sure I'm not looking at the wrong thing.
and it's
Good
$70.
grief. I will not be getting this.
So what scale is this to the other?
It looks too big to be micro scale.
Right, micro
MIDI
or
scale-
MIDI,
MIDI
scale. Yeah, I don't like the MIDI scale, but yeah,
So
I don't like the name.
Do you have the mini scale Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, I got both of them.
So this thing would just dwarf
It'd be a lot bigger, it looks like,
Yeah,
because of
be
the
a
wings.
lot because of the wingspan.
I still don't feel like it's a $70 set.
No
No.
way.
Good grief.
This was also a very
gotta stop
awkward
buying
looking
Lego.
spaceship in the movie. It was because it was really big for. I mean, why do they have wings on a spaceship like that? I mean, I don't know. All right, moving on. I assume this is from Andor. The figures look like oh no, Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One. Okay. Is
So
anybody
look at
been
this one.
watching Andor?
So this one is 600 pieces with 3 minifigs, and it's the same price.
70 bucks.
I guess maybe that other one is like an adult collectible, and so there's an upcharge because they
In a
think
black
adults are gonna
box.
pay
You're
for it.
paying for that black box.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the other one. Mm-hmm. All right. So scary eyeballs in this set.
Yeah.
Yikes. And then we have a classic Luke Skywalker.
It's funny how they still keep the brickheads at $10.
Yeah.
Have they have always been $10.
Yeah, they keep them at $10 for the most part.
Good on them.
And most of the times they're not stickers, they're printed elements. There's printed elements. They're not the piece count is all over the board, and they're still normally $10.
Yep. And then, I guess we're gonna refresh. There we go. Jango Fett's fire spray class ship.
Fire spray.
What are we talking here? $300 for 2,900 pieces.
That's not horrible.
Yes, it's horrible, but yeah, in the grand
mean.
scheme of things, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, if you didn't know the price and you looked at that piece count, and you looked at that set, 2 minifigs, you'd probably think it was $350.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know I still base a lot of stuff on piece count. Maybe that's our problem. It's because we've been doing it so long. We try to make it comparable to piece counts, but
yeah. Man, it's so interesting looking on the back of that, isn't it?
Never seen it.
The problem I just have is there's no consistency. There's no rhyme or reason to the price tags.
Yeah, it seems to be a little all over the place.
He can't make it find where he wants it. Does he want it on the bookshelf? Does he
he's standing up, laying down.
Well, it's his only Lego set, so he doesn't know where it looks best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we? I'm not. I'm just going to go out and say I'm not buying anything May 1st.
So I'm not buying anything May 1st. The question is, will Jabbo buy the May the 4th or whatever it is to get the light if there's a lightsaber?
I didn't get the last lightsaber.
You didn't?
Well, then what about the coins? There's more
coins.
Will there be a new coin?
Well, I don't.
Are they going to be like 2,000 insider points?
I don't know. Let me see if I can find the thing. Good grief! I've got. You know how many tabs I've got open? I no wonder my computer's going crazy. Close grouped tabs. All right. Let me see if I can find which one of these that I saw them on. Oh, here's what Jabbo's going to have to go after. The take and build. Make and take.
Oh, that means I have to go to the store.
You have to go to the store. Yeah.
What day is May the 4th on?
Sunday.
Why can't it be a weekday when I'm at work. I can go where I'm going.
AT&T,
traveling around
Jabbo
my
doesn't
home
really
phone.
go to the Lego store when he's at work.
Yeah, this is Sunday. I can't go there.
Here,
well.
these things. What are these? Jenga Fits, fire spray. Oh, I guess they're keychains. My bad.
Yeah.
They're not coins. They're keychains.
Not. You know what? I mean, I yeah, I'm not motivated.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
I would like to have that Grogu. Wait, does the thing come with a minifigure? Go back up to the Grogu thing.
I don't think it did.
No, I don't think it does. It's just
Oh, so okay. Yeah. And they don't give you the instructions anymore. So it's like,
yeah, they don't even give you. Come on, give me a Xerox copy.
Wait. Oh no, they don't. They have the it's like a laminated sheet.
Yeah, that they share
on the table. So you walk across with the yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They don't want to go buy a new printer either and waste all their ink.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one more to talk about that we skipped over before we get to your oil.
Oh, okay.
We skipped over Jabbo's box.
The Lady
The rattle box.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I did have it pulled up. You want me to pull it up?
Y'all made me buy it.
We did.
We
bad. We bad.
All I know is on the last episode, Joey would have ended up buying that shelf if I'd have been here.
Probably. Actually, I'm glad I didn't, because I did some more looking at it, and it's been wet. So the bottom part of it is all particle board, and it's all swelled up real bad. So you would have had to rebuild the front of it. It's like so, but I think the front was plastic, so you could. But it was still going to be a lot of work.
So that's the box.
Mm-hmm.
Is definitely opened, and it was listed as box only,
right?
Which it just with that thumb tab not being broken, it was hard to tell. But he had it open from the side.
But even in this picture here, because this is the way you had it, because the thumb tab wasn't broken, right?
Right.
So they cut it on the glue.
Yeah, they unglued it basically.
Which is this is that edge, right? That they would have had to.
It would have been, I think, that lower edge there. Yeah, that they opened up and it folded up.
But even from this picture here, it still looks, relatively.
But see that picture right there.
First of all, the set's not from 1995.
No.
But that picture right there makes me think that it actually survived the bubble mailer pretty okay.
Here's the thing. He just put it in a bubble mailer. No, nothing inside it to give it support. It's just that box in a thin bubble mailer. And I'm like, $14.99 for shipping, first class. Even if he could have put it in a box.
He could have put it in a box and sent it priority. It would have been $9.
But he could put it in a box and shipped it Grand Advantage, and still would only been $5 to ship.
Right.
And I'm like, why? I sent him a message. He did not respond. But now I'm looking at his feedback, 92.9 positive. This guy's an idiot. And I'm an idiot for buying it, but
no, I think there's still value here.
Yeah.
I don't think you
if you had this on there for $1, because I don't know it's a box, I'm gonna sell it.
Sure.
And it sold for $1. Okay, I don't. But when you listed at $44, you got something that's.
Did he have any other listings of any other?
Why don't we look? Everything he had was box. He had several that were box only. Then a lot of the stuff was overpriced. This may be different stuff than when I looked.
Oh, look!
Yeah, the box stuff's gone. There were some other empty boxes. There's manuals. Yeah, $107 for some instructions.
Oof. The thing about the rattle boxes is it is.
There, you gotta look at it. Bob the Builder set.
Right
there, $20 plus $15 shipping. I guarantee you, he's just gonna put that thing in a bubble mailer, and that box is not worth $20.
No,
that's not even rare.
So here's my thing. There's another one for $15.
Box only.
Somebody knew when they took that apart. Well, if it was him, or because any parent would have just destroyed the box as they opened it to get it out.
Yeah, nobody keeps the box.
No, nobody kept a box, especially
The thing,
Duplo
the
stuff.
thing
So-
is I don't think you did that bad, because if you ever come across the rattle,
I'll have the box.
you'll have the
The
box.
chances
and-
are, if I ever found the rattle, it would be without the box anyway.
right.
Right.
So,
Yes. No, I think you did good. You could put that box on a shelf and nobody would have known, especially on YouTube.
yeah, it's sealed. I could re-glue it.
Yeah.
The problem is, I knew as soon as I got it, I was hoping it was going to come in a box.
Right.
That would have made it more. But when it came in the bubble mailer, I'm like, yep, it's definitely not. It's definitely an empty box. But
Yeah.
box only. Look at it. Okay, now this is the Cozy Duck, $36. Box only. Really?
That's not that is okay. Oof. Somebody might want that box if they're a completist. I'm not saying
And his Primo is
$36.
yeah. It is one of the hardest to get the boxes for.
The reason that you're interested in the rattle is because it was recalled, and that
Right.
gives it that extra thing that's like, oh, this makes this, whatever you want to call it, special or unique or whatever.
Mhm.
But the duck, you collect ducks, but is that it's
Not
I
that
don't know
bad.
that it right. Yep. All right. Well, this dude,
Enough of that.
$800.
Oh, look, he's got look at that. Look at this. Oh, that's 800. That's is that a chief? Is
Yeah.
that the actual chief? That was from the binocular space. I guess he does have binocular. But below that, you had that cardboard.
I have a few of those. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got it for 200.
200. Well, I've sold them. I bought a stack of them, far cheaper than that, and I've sold them a few of them because
Yeah.
when I say I bought a stack, I had like 15 of them or something. But
That's a stack, Joey.
it is a stack. It is, but yeah, if you don't know, if you know, you know. But if you don't know, that Spider-Man wrestling set that never existed, it existed because there's the stupid cards that went in that set.
Yeah.
They just didn't produce them. So, any rate, yeah. Are we done with this guy?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think we're done
All right.
with it.
All right. Let's get him off of there. So, where are we at in our show notes here?
We are up to, when is complete?
Yeah, that was that was the one we looked at. That was the space. That was the Galaxy.
I was talking. Okay.
Yeah.
So just what is greenwashing?
Okay, so greenwashing was okay. So I
Is
work
this
for
another plastic deal?
It is, and I'm gonna make it quick because it's just funny.
And we need our stinger for Joey talks about plastic.
Well, we don't have one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, we don't have one. Yeah. So, okay, I work for a company that got sold off by a bigger company. All right. So they sold off one of the divisions and made a smaller company, and then another company, two companies got pushed together. And at any rate, I still get corporate emails from this bigger company, and I'm not going to say their names because they are sue happy, and I don't work for them now. So, but any rate, they sent this big long email out about all their environmental stuff, and they said, be careful when you're dealing with your customers in any promotional. Do not greenwash anything that we're doing. And what they're saying, don't promise things like, oh, this is environmentally friendly, or we're doing all these things to make this better for the environment. They said, don't promise things that we're working on but don't exist yet. So if it's a new technology, but we haven't, specifically because it probably won't scale, because a lot of this stuff, when it comes to environmental stuff, it doesn't scale. It looks great on paper and then on somebody's desk when they're trying to, but you can't scale it. But the one thing that they did said, don't make ambiguous statements that are confusing that people will take the wrong way. And as soon as I read that, I thought, that's Lego and their mass balance. And the stuff that they said, I thought, here we go. And arguably this company that I worked for is probably 4, 5, 6 times the size of Lego. Lego probably ain't even got as many lawyers as this company has, just on retainer, just sitting around making this crap up. But yeah, so they had some stats in there about how many lawsuits across the globe there's been about where people have made a claim that, oh yeah, this is going to be better for the environment. We're going to do these things, and the claims, maybe not lies, but you can't hold them up because of something.
There's so much marketing is just a bunch of crap.
Yes.
You see it all the time. Just claims that can't be verified. We talked about the JD Power stuff.
Yes.
Just you buy your awards. You say you're doing this and that and how great it is, and it's like, just tell me why the product's good.
Right. Yeah.
I don't need to know that it's saving a tree somewhere.
Yeah, and
lawyers
probably had to. Yeah.
So at my job, we talk all the time about how they're always making changes and breaking the website and making things get harder and more cumbersome. It's it's just a massive company. And then they sent out an email this week with all these awards. They narrowed it down to 5 people that get all these awards, and it was all their innovative ideas. And I was like, they're awarding the people that came up with all the stupid ideas that break the website. We're doing this now. We're doing this now. And I'm like, yeah, that's why the website don't work, because we're doing that.
You gotta love them when they yeah.
It's like I took a 2-hour class on how to report an accident. They changed the automated process, or not the process of when you have an accident. It was so confusing, and I'm like, I'm not getting in an accident.
Yeah.
we just had they had an hour conference call to explain to us how we do this form for credits. It's called a 120. So you have to open up this Excel document and fill it out, and it doesn't take that long to do. It's not that hard, but then you have to send the email and attach your invoice and attach this. So we had probably an hour conference call how it's all automated online now. It's you go to you pull it up, and you just type in the invoice number, and it all feeds each other together, right?
Right.
And effective whatever date you're going to start using this, no more doing the old 120s. The next day, hold off. We found there's a problem. It's not working yet. We'll let you know. So by the time it gets fixed and we start doing it, guess what? We're going to have another hour conference call because everybody's going to have forgotten what was said on the hour conference call because it wasn't working.
Right. Yeah. That's crazy.
It's you mentioned when you were talking about the plastic stuff, like the ideas aren't scalable.
Right.
And it's like, I think that's like with, I like watching some Bricklink stores that do, like us, they got the drawers in the background. Oh, I don't have the drawers here in the background, but but they have employees. And every time I don't know why it stresses me out. I mean, obviously people are very successful, but it's like, I just get stressed out and think, man, if my store grew to where I needed employees,
right,
I would just be like, well, now I got to pay them.
Right.
Yeah. And so all that, how many orders would I have to have just to pay his salary?
Right.
I don't know why I think like that, but obviously growing a business, sometimes you need to get people to do other tasks that you do so you can do things that bring in more money. But I'm like, I don't know why. Why does it stress me out thinking about it?
Because for you, it's not. I mean, it's still kind of on the hobby side.
Yeah.
You still use it to offset your collection, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the main goal is you sell so you can buy what you want. You're not selling to make a living.
Yeah. I do wish I could have people just come in and hand me their stuff dirt cheap.
Yeah,
That's the one advantage. If you have a bigger presence,
yeah.
Right.
you have the capital to buy big lots cheap.
Right.
I
But then
couldn't
you
go
gotta
spend
support
$10,000 on somebody's collection that's worth 150.
Right. No, that would be awesome, but that would. So
So, are we ready to talk about the oil?
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
How are we
So,
helping the environment now?
yeah. Okay, so let me get my
You
pictures.
got pictures?
I have pictures.
And I need to know if this has happened to anybody else or was yours
Yeah.
a one-off. Did you? Oh, go ahead.
No, so I'm building. This is the steamboat. All right, and this is a reddish brown. What is that? A sloped wedge.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see that there, that is some kind of liquid that was oily to the touch. And let me tell you, it took Dawn dishwashing soap to get it to go away.
Wow.
And then the other picture I have here is the bag. And that
Right.
is
What the heck, Lego?
Thank you, Alex. And it's so far, I actually haven't finished building it yet, but I looked through all the other bags to see if I could see it, and I'm running out of brown parts. These were all for the boat hole. Obviously, bag
Was
4.
it only bag 4 that was like this?
Only bag 4 was like this.
Somebody dropped their drink?
Well, that's what I'm wondering is if this probably happened at the
Mexico?
bagging. Yes, for sure. Very much so with the Mexico. I'm sure this is the Mexico site. But I'm thinking whenever they were making the bag 4s, right, they have that like a carousel machine that has the different parts, and then just kind of drop in, and then the plastic bag seals underneath that, and they keep going. I have a feeling that what happened was either that tub of parts was under something that leaked, or they tried to clean something, or they had a hydraulic leak, or they had it was more of a light oil, like a 2-in-1 oil, like, sewing machine oil or whatever you want to call it. But it did have it didn't really go away on your hands. Like it was, I had to wash my hands to get it. And like I said, I had to wash the parts with Dawn to get them cleaned up. But yeah, tell us if you've ever seen this. And it didn't smell like French fries.
I wonder if this would cause a recall or something.
Recall? Did you call it in?
I didn't because I couldn't. I mean, I should have.
Yeah, you got picture of the bag. You got picture of the part.
But
This is what. Now people can be like, "Oh, he just did all that to get attention."
well, and that's what I thought too. Is if I call them, what are they going to say?
Yeah.
Sure, right, okay, fine.
And they're going to
It
offer.
can't be the only bag.
But the thing is
Yeah,
they will replace that bag for you. You know they will.
They probably will.
And then if they get multiple call-ins about the same bag number,
Right?
because those bags have the numbers on them.
Yeah, and it probably
Then they
has
can
the
trace
code.
it, and
Mhm.
like I said, that's the kind of stuff that causes recalls.
That's true.
Because it could be it could be a hazard. Like
Well,
you got this chemical on your hands, and you really don't know for sure.
Nope.
What it is.
I do not.
What if it was hazardous to certain people?
Could have been. I mean,
what if it can't be ingested and people aren't going to wash the parts and wash their
I never
hands?
thought about that. Yeah,
And
because
they're
the
just
Dakota was
like
playing with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody could die. Joey, it's up to you
You guys are
to
just
report this, because there's some guy that's going to keep this set sealed for 20 years, and then he's going to sell it to somebody, and they're going to open
and you know what? And the guy who has the one sealed, it might be worth more with the oily bag than the reproduction without the oily bag.
Yeah. I do kind of wonder how many got out like that. This is, and yes, this is inside the bag. People are, they're going to say, "Oh, it wasn't it was in the bag." The box doesn't have any signs of
Did you take more pictures?
No, that was the only 2 pictures I took.
And you've already built the set.
Well, I'm well past. I'm like bag 28 or something now,
Okay.
so I'm close to the end. But that ring actually right there actually looks a little discolored. And this blue spot is just the camera lighting. It ain't anything weird.
I would definitely call them, say, hey, I'm not. I mean, you obviously washed them, so you.
I moved on with my life.
Yeah. But in case this is
I guess from that standpoint of if they're getting other calls, what it take 4 phone calls to get the rattle?
4.
So maybe I will. Friday I'll give them a call.
I wonder if this is going to make your brittle brown more brittle or less brittle.
It's going to make it more supple. Moisturizing
it's moisturizing the Lego. Yeah,
they heard all the complaints, so we're adding moisturizer to them.
Yeah. Well, that was I put it in the our AFoOL Bricking News chat thing, and somebody immediately said, "Is well like French fries?"
Yeah,
I might have been you, Jabbo. I don't.
That was me. Yeah. Because
all right, so I got one more rant for tonight, and I'm not sure how to do this. Okay, so I bought this little set.
Meteor monitor.
Yes.
What's it called?
Yeah, I think it is Meteor monitor. Is it?
1875.
I
don't know. It's a BrickTrains set.
It's a little BrickTrains set. It's one of them I'm missing. And then,
wasn't it part of a bigger? That was part of a.
I think this was part of a multi-pack. Yeah. Now, here's the first thing that I hate.
Checked by Matt. What? This is like it's a bricks and minifix thing.
Oh wait, yeah. So that sticker, I can't get it off. I'm gonna have to hair dryer it to get it off.
Try steam if the hair dryer doesn't work.
Okay. Now, are you ready for the part that will really make you mad? And I'm afraid to do this, but I don't care. I'm done. That one won't come off either.
Andy's Brick Shop. Andy's an idiot.
Certified used.
Certified nut.
Yeah. I've tried to pick on it a little bit. Heather was sitting there when I got it. He's like, quit picking on it. Just go get the hair dryer. And I said, oh, no, I'm going to the podcast first.
So
that's just why.
But I wonder,
wrap it in plastic and then put a sticker.
But think about it. How long ago was that done?
2022.
Yeah, 3 years.
Okay, never mind. Continue. Never mind.
Yeah, Matt was nice enough to date it for me.
Huh.
Now, they have a very big brick and mortar presence, and I have a feeling that inside their store they have a lot of things like that.
Yeah, but there's labels that they can buy that are like Post-its that don't do that.
Yes,
and if they're big enough to get their own stickers made, you would think they could get them made on that Post-it type sticker.
Honestly, this looks like just some Avery labels that they've ran through a color printer, laser or inkjet printer. Laser.
How can you own
Oh no, it's wiping off. So that's an inkjet printer. That's not even a good label.
Yeah,
that's just Avery label.
You're selling stuff at a higher price. People are gonna want the boxes, or else you'd just be throwing the boxes away.
Right.
It's just dumb.
But you didn't buy it from Andy's Brick Shop.
No, I did.
Oh, you
they have a Bricklink store, yeah.
So did you see a picture of the box, or that it just came with the box and it showed up?
They used a stock photo. The Bricklink.
Did they list it as with the box?
They listed it as with the box. Hang on, let me see if I can. I better not show this on my Bricklink. It was listed with the box. But and the picture didn't show any stickers on it. Like I said, it's a stock photo, and it obviously doesn't say, "Hey, Matt."
I'd email them and say, "Why you put stickers on your box?"
Yeah, it just came today, so they may get, but they don't care. They've got what is their 10,000 things, and Yeah, I don't know.
It's just stupid. I'll say it.
I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy.
I
but I
bet
hate
you.
calling people out
They
like
have
that.
10,000 feedback. Wait, hold on. They have 50 negatives.
Let me look. I was getting ready to say, let me look. I was going to see what their percentage is. Let me just go to their store. I could show their store, right?
I wonder if
99% is their feedback
Okay, so
rating.
how many negatives do they have?
They have 5 complaints and 32 neutrals.
I thought for sure it'd be more.
At 10,000, what is 99%? That's. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's because some of theirs is it's 8,000 that's been left for them. So they've left 2,000 for other people. And all of their feedback
as a buyer.
Yeah, as the buyer. Yeah. So I mean,
so 32 neutrals. I was in the ballpark. It's 37.
Yeah.
What are the complaints like?
That's actually not bad for 10,000.
No, honestly,
it's not bad.
This.
Oh wait! Product was missing a few stickers, not advertised.
Yeah, fast shipping, great packages, but parts are dirty.
Parts are dirty and gross.
Yeah, so
I
don't know. It wasn't bad experience. Seller time busted, missing parts, no email. Yeah,
I don't. I get these are used.
What? Look at that one. I get these are used, but I got yellowed, UV damage.
Should note condition.
They did. Yeah. They said used.
Yeah, right. Well, so there goes back to where'd my mouse go? That goes back to the problem of having employees.
Yeah.
Whoever runs this store probably doesn't touch Lego parts anymore at all, because they have a brick and mortar store that they're managing, and then they have this Bricklink store, which I'm guessing are probably one and the same. Maybe they have a separate warehouse for the Bricklink store, but I don't know.
So I saw the one of the stores where they have other people pick their orders for them, but I'm so into I think I've talked about this before. They had all a ton of orders they picked, and they're all in cups on a table. And I'm like, that's what I'm thinking. Boy, you're one accident from all these orders just being obliterated. I have to pack them up as soon as I can. I've been picking orders and knocked them off. And I'm like, oh, crap.
Well, I was getting ready to ask, do you pick one order at a time? Both of you? Do you pick one order at a time?
Pick one order at a time.
Yeah, I do one at a time.
We're small.
Yeah, we're small, but it's to me, whenever you see the orders and they're just waiting for labels and they've got the numbers on them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy to mix two up, even though it's got the number on it. When you print the label doesn't have the number on it.
No.
And if you're going to take the time to write the name and everything on the label, then you could have just done one at a time.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm the same way.
And I don't use I have no invoices. So that would be an extra step to write something down. Whereas I pick the order, bag it up, put it in the bag, put the label on it. I never put anything in there.
But very seldom do I have more than 2 orders at a time.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a busy weekend if I have 2 or 3 orders.
Yeah. I mean, I've done 10 in a day before, probably, but and sometimes we'll have 4 or 5. So again, I guess if you're getting 40 orders in a day, maybe there's a reason for that. But I just when I saw it had to be 20 or 30 orders, and they were just sitting in cups on a table.
Yep.
I was like, oh.
I watched a guy, his Travis Marsala.
Yeah, I watch him too.
You watch him, and when he picks his orders and he lays them out on the table.
Yeah,
they're all nice and neat and organized, and I'm just thinking, man, you do waste a little extra time getting them all nice. And I mean,
He's doing that for content.
Yeah, he's doing
yeah,
that
he's
for
doing it for
YouTube.
content, but still, it's like,
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of these guys that I've watched over the year. I mean, I guess because I do it, it's like watching people run their Bricklink store is just not really that interesting to me. But there's a couple of them that I will occasionally pick up on. But I always hear this same theme as part of their running things that they got to do is, and then I got to deal with the complaints.
I don't.
Do a better job of packing, then you won't have as many complaints.
It's no problem. Like, I would like to watch Pop's blocks, but all his
Yep.
videos are. I just can't. I can't do it for 45 minutes.
We make 2-hour videos.
Yeah, it's like, give me like a 10 or 15-minute snippet, and I keep up with you. But
yeah,
Well, he's doing it instead of doing a bunch of videos through the week. He's filming several days and then making it one video.
One
is
video,
what it
yeah.
is. So,
I guess my attention span's not good enough to laugh.
The thing is it's you just laugh because we're making a 2-hour video here. The thing is to each their own, right? Just because I don't enjoy watching it, it's because it's something I don't want to watch people making plastic either, because that's what I do at work. But that doesn't mean that there are other people who just don't find that absolutely fascinating. And I could see, and I still always go back to the voyeurism. People like to watch to see what other people are
fascinating
eating.
about Pops is you open a drawer and it is a drawer full of it's all
he's got
all mixed up.
He's got a really good memory too about he has such a knowledge of the parts that he has. Like, he knows what he's looking for, he knows what to buy. And the thing that I appreciate about him is he's just doing it all by himself.
Yeah.
No, he's actually one of them that I will watch occasionally. I don't watch all of his stuff.
I do watch occasionally, but like I said, I kind of skim and I'll watch 10 or 15 minutes. I can't.
It's one of those that it's like maybe once a month I'll watch one of his videos, and it's different, but it's kind of it is like nothing against it. I mean, it's interesting. I always like the fact that he's always timing himself because he's trying to run a business, so he's doing it efficient. And it is easy, because I don't care. It is easy to get lost down here doing absolutely nothing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, I've done nothing for the last 2 hours. Oh, we just did a podcast.
Well, and another thing is keeping your work time separate from your personal time.
Sure.
I think he's managed that where you set a schedule.
Right.
Because that's us as hobby sellers. It's like I work all day, then I come home and I might put parts away, or I might pick orders, or my wife will pick orders during the day. But it's like, it's easy to go down there and work till midnight. And then go back to bed and go to my real job. And so you got to have a balance in there. Do you ever watch the Brick in the Bucket?
Mm-hmm.
So they're ones that fascinate me because they are very organized, but they also had the problem where they got to deal with the complaints.
And, I was going to say, they're also one of them that says we got to deal with the complaints. Yeah.
But they bought DNA bricks.
Did they? Is that? Yeah. I knew they merged two stores. I didn't know exactly what it was. If they bought DNA or
they bought DNA bricks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Who, fortunately for them, he organized his store before they bought it. Because he's one of those that had, if you bought you needed 2x4 plates to build your tipper trucks, and you wanted to buy 100 of them, they could be in 50 different lots.
Oh.
And so he fixed that. I don't know if that fixed where they were physically.
Right.
But,
he at least consolidated his lots.
Have you ever thought about that? Like, you look at your Bricklink store and you look at the value, the value of it. You think, man, if somebody would just offer me X amount, they could have.
I want to know what the people like, Brick in the Bucket, they probably get 40 or 50 orders sometimes in a day, anywhere from 10 to 30 or 40 orders.
They got to keep because they're
Yeah.
paying payroll.
They have employees.
Yeah.
They have meetings.
Didn't they start with?
I'm like, well,
You're a real business if you have meetings.
it just cracks me up when he talks about them having the meetings, because I'm like, man, that's the other thing. If my business grows to where I'm having to have meetings, I hate meetings at my job.
Hey, it's time to give it up if you have a meeting about having meetings.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Schedule a meeting. I've been there.
Gotta have safety
dumb.
meeting.
Oh yes, safety meetings. Yes.
But yeah, it's I do like to see how other people do it, because those, you know, that he's organized. They are organized. Pops is organized, but I have seen some stores. I'm like, I don't get it.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Stacy's talked about it. She still works out of baggies and stuff and drawers, and I've seen, I've seen plenty of people where they just open up the drawer and they start looking for the part. And I'm thinking, I've got down this rabbit hole of the colors. It is so easy to get those colors messed up if you're not really paying attention. Some of them. But
can I tell you about my big mistake I made?
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to talk about that.
What I do is I have this card table I set up in the living room when I'm watching Law and Order or whatever we're watching, and I'll take pictures for eBay. And I'm usually going through things pretty quick. And I pretty much on eBay, I just sell sealed sets.
Right.
And so I take pictures of all corners. I take pictures of the seals if they have seals, because I want it to be there. And even if I'm selling the same item again, I'll take pictures of the duplicate one.
As you should.
Yeah. And so I listed all these things, and I get a return request. I've been doing eBay for 25 years. Nobody's ever asked for a return. I'm like, it said missing pieces. I'm like, that was a sealed set. I'm like, turn it to Lego. I'm getting scammed. He's pulled everything out and he's going to return it. And then I asked him what was missing. And then he sent pictures. And then I looked at the pictures and I'm like, okay, yeah, somebody can open a set and steal stuff and then take pictures. I looked at his pictures. I compared them to my pictures. And when I looked at my picture, I was horrified, because in the picture, I could tell that the seal had been tampered. And I'm like, I guess I was so enamored in that episode of Law and Order that I didn't notice that it had been tampered with and put back.
Is there any chance that it was one of the ones that you opened to steal a piece or to steal a minifig? No,
because it was missing. It was a dimension set, and it was missing both minifigures, or the minifigure, the game pieces,
the pogs.
Yeah, the pogs.
Yeah,
and I don't think the instruction manual was in there for the. You get the one little pamphlet in there.
Yeah.
And the bags were opened, and I don't think I'm 100% sure that he didn't do it. And I was, I went from being, I was on this level upset to I was like, oh crap. I immediately said, dude, I understand. You have every right to be upset. Don't return it. I'm just giving you all your money back. I just gave him all his money back and then to add insult to injury, I got a $2.36 charge today because apparently I didn't correct the weight of the item when I shipped it. So it was like 5 ounces too low. So I got an extra 2.
Oh, no.
But I feel better because he said he appreciated me. And I was like, so he went from being very upset to very calm. And basically I did too. Because once I realized it was my own mistake, I was like, I had nobody to blame it myself. So I'm only out the shipping. when you think about it.
Yeah.
I
You were
had
already
one-
out a long time
Yeah,
ago.
I
I
had
would-
one time where I in the description I put does not work. In the title,
Yeah.
does not work. In the description I put does not work. Sorry, you can change the batteries. No guarantee. Selling as is. That somebody bought it, they got it, and they messaged me as soon as they got it. This is a bad item. It doesn't work. I want my money back. I said, okay.
What it said in the description does not work.
Hey, what do you do with people like that?
I don't know.
Uh,
So I think the lesson is there are going to be stupid people. And it's like sometimes we're the stupid people,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but it's just to not overreact
right.
at first. Like give people the benefit of the doubt because there are scammers out there.
Sure.
But for me to be doing this for 25 years, and I've been scammed on eBay. I've had people use fraudulent credit cards back in the day and stuff. But it's like I've had people try to get a discount after they got the item, stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah. So I went from complaining about somebody else's shipping at the beginning of this, and then it was me doing something wrong. Oh, and then I had a Bricklink order this week that somebody said they didn't get it, and it shows delivered. I went to my post office where I drop it off, and postmaster, she's like, "Oh, let me check it out," because they know me real well.
Right.
She's like, "I want to check it out," and so she went in there, and then just a couple of minutes, she pulled up the delivery and the GPS, and she said they weren't at that house when they delivered it.
Oh no.
She gave me the address where they were at when they delivered it. And so I messaged the person. I said, "This is in your neighborhood. It's like 2 streets over." I said, "Can you check with your neighbor there? Because that's where they were when they scanned it."
Huh.
So I'm hoping she's got an honest neighbor. Because if you ever gotten mail and you're like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if it's just mail, I usually just put it back in the mailbox and it'll sort itself out.
I put a note on it, wrong address, and stick it back in the mail.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if there's probably a 90% chance that's what the person will do. They say, "Oh, not mine. Put it back in the box, and I'll get it back," and then have to reship it, which is fine.
Yeah.
I had already looked at the items that she got, and it was like I can't replace some of them because she bought all of the quantity.
Yeah. Now, see the thing about the whole GPS and when they scan. I've had a couple different mail carriers. I think about 4th mail carrier that I've had that I know. But this one currently will scan them like when she's at the end of the street.
Yeah, and so you say that house is the first house on that street.
So that's.
I bet I don't know if she scanned the whole neighborhood.
Does she walk or does she drive the neighborhood?
I don't. That would have to be.
That would be. Yeah.
I looked at it. I looked at it on the maps, and because it's in this, I could have delivered it to her.
Delivered it. Yeah.
So hopefully, now if she did that, or I say if the mail carrier scanned a whole bunch of packages at one location, that should show up too.
Probably does. And the post office probably can figure that out too.
Yeah. But the postmaster told me, she said, "Tell them to file a complaint." I thought that was interesting that somebody with the post office was saying for them to complain.
Yeah. They seem to love to rat each other out. I know the one at my post office. I went to pick up a package because I had to sign for it because it came from Europe, and even though I have the electronic signature, and I've asked them twice, I said, "Does that not cover this?" "Yeah, it covers it." "Do you see my electronic signature?" "Oh, yeah." "So why did you not leave it at the door?" I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They should have. I was like, okay, whatever. But
All
We're
right.
about ready for comments.
Yeah, hit it, Joey.
All right. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Are you ready, Earl? It's time for some foolish comments.
I don't like them.
You want me to autograph that?
I end up getting snarky, and I'm surprised they keep reaching out to.
I'm not
It's
happy.
not even funny.
It's not even funny.
All right, so are you ready with the other ones?
The space
In,
and
in
the
case, in case we need them.
okay,
So-
they're right there. Yeah.
Apparently, I read the comments wrong, and I go from the top to the bottom. So I'm gonna attempt to go from the bottom to the top and see what happens.
Okay. Which episode? This is episode 123 that we're reading.
Yeah, this is the one that you two did.
Yeah.
When I
Okay.
wasn't here. Okay, OmniRelt first. Glad I went to the bottom. Battery powered bricks. Crap snackle spot. Rob Lyons. Joey, do you work for Nova?
Nova. No, I do not. Oh, I get it. Nova, the TV show. Yeah.
Tony Montana DS. Was Earl having having network issues again? No, I was actually sick. I felt it was pretty bad. I left work early because I was kind of had like a little dizzy spell and
See, I'm trying to
home.
look at the comments and I don't see them in the same order that you're seeing them. That is weird.
Did you sort them?
I did newest to first, which means go to the bottom and work way up. But
Well, mine says top.
Oh, he's sorted by how they're voted.
yeah,
So, well, it's too late now.
Yeah, just keep. I'll go back to top. All right, now it should
Well,
be
they're in order though. 12 days ago, 12 days ago, 11 days ago.
okay.
Pasta Jensen, I could not understand anything of what Earl tried to say in this episode, and it was not for lack of trying.
Oh man.
Ty Novell, aka Tylenol. Next time Earl isn't here, one of you have to read the comments and lose it like Earl.
Hey, I disappeared. What do you want me to do?
Battery powered bricks. Brian says TCG is trading card game. So yes, drugs.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know what TCG was when we were reading about Pokemon.
Yeah.
Trading card game. And yes, it's addictive. So
Johnny G, where's the other guy this week? He's my favorite. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you.
yeah.
Mimi Don do Lego. Mimi Don do Lego. What? You couldn't at least get the other guy to fill in for Earl to get a trio?
Oh,
Yeah, that was kind of on me because I was still thinking I was going to make it, and then it never cleared up.
Jason texted me. He said, "You should have called. I wasn't doing anything."
he's sitting there waiting by the bat phone.
RJ Cosmic Bricks. I have a bunch of the large cups if you need some.
Thank you. I got one in the mail.
Yep. And had I been here, I would have talked Joey into buying that, and he would have needed some.
Yeah.
Mayo says this has been Color Theory with Joey and Jabo. If you're ever without a co-host again, you know where to find me. A lot of volunteers. Chuck's Bricks. Talk about shipping. USPS tracking showed one of my packages went from Detroit to Atlanta, back to Detroit. Why? Yeah, there's you can't make sense of the path some of the packages take. That's all I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't. You got to think it's some kind of robot sorting error or something. Somebody just was, when they were sorting, probably threw it left when they should have threw it right. I don't know.
Pasta Jensen at the hour 58-minute mark. So now Jabo have yet another channel. Quite a takeover.
Did you start a new channel?
I do.
I don't know.
I don't remember what I said.
An hour and 58 minutes.
It was almost over. We were probably delirious by that point. The entire.
Dude Jude. Hey, Joey, Jabo, and wait, where is Earl? We need Earl. Come back, Earl. Keep up the good work. Earl?
Sure.
Earl is back.
Earl is back.
Merlin Ulrich. 7 seconds in, missing Earl already. Thank you, buddy. Chris Bricks, USPS was the most reliable carrier to me for the longest time, but the past month has been a problem after problem. Yeah, I guess it kind of goes in cycles because I don't really have much issues with them.
I haven't had anything good
What?
but I've had some things take some time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only issue I had was when my firehouse took a path and just stalled out.
Yeah. I've seen things like that before. That's like, ooh.
Chris Cummings, I'm hoping Lego has a number of Star Trek sets. Seeing how there are only 2 D&D sets in CMFs, I'm not sure if Lego will support our need for Star Trek, but there are already a number of mock instructions. Since Star Wars for me is not important as it used to be, looking at those plastic cups, I can see why they went to the boxes. I kind of like the boxes better. Well, I guess the boxes are cheaper.
Yeah.
And they're square.
Yeah, they stack.
So Star Trek, you want to? Me and Joey are going to give you the floor on the Star Trek, Javo.
Who, me? I've not seen anything Star Trek.
He just says he's.
I may or may not have started the rumor.
I think we jumped on it when Brian kind of broke the story. I still say Mattel's going to be the one that gets it.
So you're
Mattel
still
is taking their sweet time in revealing because
So
it's either going to be something good or it's just going to be like, really, you hyped this up. This is what it is.
Well, there's really no hype. All the hype is from us, from the AFoOLs, assuming.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Lego group is the white hat guy from Indiana Jones to Mattel. But there's no IP that you can get that we can't take. What is the line from Indiana? You remember when he takes the
island? Yeah. There's nothing you can get that we can't take. Yeah, no, it's something like that. I'd have to look it up, but yeah.
Tell us, Jason. Jason's
gonna make a clip out of it. Yeah.
Drum beats or Drew beat. There's got to be some kind of secret.
His name's Drew.
Yeah, but he's got the little M and then the B and then there's got to be some.
It's a mixture. He plays the drums. His name is Drew. He's a musician.
Oh, well, there you go.
See, and he made it.
He made it says drum beats, but it's
it's his name with.
I get it.
The letters added.
I got it. Next week you'll have to explain it again. I missed the uncontrollable laughter, the unintelligible dialogue that occurs during the reading of the comment. Well, there you go. This one is Home Man Clan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Home Man Clan. You guys know everything, so I thought you might know. I have set 7722 cargo train, but the rubber on the wheels has completely disintegrated. What can I use for replacements?
Look up train rims on eBay.
Yeah, there's a guy that sells them on eBay.
It'd be like $5.
They're good. I got some
and they're almost indistinguishable from the Lego ones.
I couldn't tell you how to tell them apart.
I know on Breaking News they were talking about stickers, but this is 100% one of the things that I think is completely acceptable to not an aftermarket thing that you can't. I mean, the Lego stuff just not going to last.
Yeah,
use it.
Yeah,
I don't think there's I mean, you can use all the aftermarket you want as long as if you ever resold it, you clarified that it was there.
Right.
You know, the set is 100%, except those parts are substitutes and the stickers.
100%.
There's no instructions. Box is missing 3 sides.
Kyle Jones, Sophie's Choice had Meryl Streep. Silkwood had Cher and Meryl Streep in it. P.S. Where is Earl? Getting an AI upgrade? Yes.
Uh-oh.
Are you on call?
Yeah.
Just I was gonna say mute and we'll go on.
Jason's Bricks and 5. Only 2 hosts. Where's your old reliable fill-in? Yeah, Jason, you can blame me because I just waited too long. I really thought I was gonna. What did I tell you about an hour before?
Yeah, it was pretty quick. Yeah, I was like, oh.
Alex Noons, we know that guy.
We know him. Oh, duh.
Right.
We know
What the heck, Lego?
the BDP sets are the only sets I spend my money on now. Yes, I get free Lego and even get some BDP designs for early review. But the BDP sets are the only sets I have real interest in now. The program is far from perfect, but it gives fans a real chance at some designs that are great, but would never make it in Lego ideas. That is
I
true.
love Lego.
Well, he does for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He's I think the problem with his collection is it's so big that
Yeah.
it's like, what else do you need?
Right.
I mean, even the stuff he likes, he just spent what he spent a month rearranging everything just to fit a few things in.
Just a few, to fit a couple things. Yeah.
Ty Novell, aka Tylenol. It's a pity you didn't show the 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street set for this episode.
Yeah. That would have been a good one. Yeah.
Chris Gennart. That's not right, is it? Chris Gennart. I'm of the right age of Pokemon. Many of my friends played, traded in grade school when it first came out, but I never got into it. When I saw the news about the license agreement, I thought that the Lego group was yet again behind the times. Apparently, I'm the one behind the times, though truthfully, that probability was the highest. I think it's going to depend on the sets because Pokemon is unfortunately for us, Pokemon is huge. It's just we're just not into it.
Yeah, it's they just keep reinventing it. They're not going to let it die. They're doing a good job of just
huge.
Yeah.
Chris Gennard, it's different not having her. Also, I didn't comment last time, but I'm sorry for your loss, BrickTsar.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sin Killer Tachikawa. You say they would not USPS it, but I had a company send me a solar panels via USPS. I don't know how they got USPS to even take that, but getting them was a nightmare given my local postal workers.
I can imagine.
That had to be like half.
Well, they're like 4 by 2 by 4s or something. I mean, they're 2 foot by 4. I don't know. I'm sure they make bigger ones, but
Kyle Jones, dang, I think Joey is a bigger Star Trek fan than Alex.
I don't know about that.
I've never heard Alex name the call numbers on the Enterprise off the top of his head like Joey did.
1701. It's easy, right? It's A, B, C, D. Or as
was it? A, B, C, D.
Yeah. What was it that Scotty? Yeah, that was a hilarious scene.
No bloody A.
Yeah. Was that Scotty's tissues?
Yeah.
Scotty's tissues is a real thing. I don't know why they think that's not real.
Ty Novell, aka Tylenol. Get well soon, Earl. You are missed. Thank you. I'm better. Gears and Bricks. Color charts are cool, and I've considered building one, but I'm not sure I want to start another hobby or rabbit hole. Still, the color differences in Lego systems fascinate me. Yeah, Joey is deep. I mean, he is so deep. He is so deep. He's deep.
I got a lemon down there. Oh, look, and it faded green. Did we talk about that last time? That base plate?
You
I did a video.
You hadn't opened it yet. Last time we filmed.
Okay.
You talked about it, but you didn't. I didn't. I had to go watch your video to see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
so there
the
it
little
is.
robots.
Little robots. That is not sand green.
Yeah.
Not
Not bright green,
no.
not any green.
Mm-mm. It is faded green is what supposedly Lego called it.
Oh.
But I want to know where they're getting these color IDs and names for the Lego side of it.
Yeah.
Because my color chart is based on Bricklink. All those things up there are Bricklink colors.
Is there like the biggest one we always talk about is the tan, right?
Yeah, brick yellow.
Mm-hmm. Is it is in Danish or something? Is there like something lost in translation possibly?
I'm guessing there's possibly some of that because especially when you get into the longer names, bright yellow, green, bluish, purple. It's like, what? You just named 6 colors to make a color. What are you doing here? Oh, and like this. What is this? Fabuland Lime. I'm confident this is what this is because this only came in like blue and yellow. The only green color was this one here. And it is slightly different than lime, regular lime. But
speaking of lime, there's that Technic piece that's lime.
Yes.
That Lego calls lime, and it is not lime.
Right. No, the lime would be my Bricklink color name. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I'd have to look at it, but I could tell you this Fabuland. Hang on, that'll be interesting. Color, where's my color?
That's what I'm saying. Even if you got the Lego official names,
right,
like you can have the same name for 2 different colors according to Lego because they treat it as the same color, even though they're not.
Right. Okay, where's Fabuland? Fabuland line is actually, according to Lego, pastel green. So this book, since we're going to talk about color again, this book, the Lego Color Guide, this is the one that, it's got a lot of colors. In fact, where is, I thought I had it. At any rate, the little robots, I think, the cross-reference, when you go through it, and there's indexes at the front and the back, and you go through it, and I have been marking in my book. I've done the thing you're never supposed to do: draw and write in your book. So over here is things that I've wrote, and you see like some of those lines that are going in the book. They have linked some of the colors together multiple times. It's like, now wait, how can silver be light bluish gray silver and also so this guy's made mistakes in his book. And in fact, I got to the point, I just got tired, and eventually I just started putting question marks. I was like, what? How can you have that linked to another color that you've already linked to a color?
What's the color that's the hardest to tell apart, the 2 colors?
I don't know. You have a
pearl light gray and flat silver.
Oh, yeah. Are they even different?
I don't know. To me, I think they're probably the same color.
Let me see. Pearl light gray. I was trying to see. Well, I don't even know where it's at on my list. My list is crazy.
Yeah.
I have an Excel spreadsheet with colors and stuff in it. I have gone down the rabbit hole, Earl. You're right. Really deep.
And this segment of color charts was brought to you by Gears and Bricks. Thank you very much. Mike Earl, Mike 77902. Earl, I hope you get better soon. Great job, guys. Thank you. Mike 77902. Great job, BrickTsar. That must be for reading the comments.
Yep.
Even when Joey wasn't here, I just kept reading. Show me what's going on.
No thunderstorms tonight. We're good.
Jabo said Joey might be dead.
Yeah. But you know what? We were really in a bad spot with that because you had no way of stopping it. I mean, I was like, oh no,
I wish
I've
we
got
would
to
have
get
just
back
kept
in.
recording.
When I looked at my phone, the cell service had died. I was like, oh no, I've got to actually. And luckily enough, the lights came back on pretty
Yeah.
quick. And then it was like, okay, the
You
computer's
see there,
gonna play.
Jason? We have the opposite problem. You guys can't seem to record. We can't seem to turn it off.
You couldn't stop it. I had to call Jason and hey, to log in and stop the recording.
Joe Bowling, the Lego Ideas parking lot doesn't seem like anything new. The grand piano set was approved at first, but it wasn't rejected either because Lego said they were still thinking about it, and they approved it in the next review cycle. They did the same thing with the Snow White idea. Then in the next cycle, they rejected it and eventually released an icons version instead. Lego just gave the wait till next cycle process a name.
Yeah.
So that's what the parking lot is.
Yeah.
DL Bricks. DL Bricks, who's been on the Bricking News several times, but said Brian was their best guest. Mass is the amount of matter. Weight is the downward force. Mass is a constant for the same object, but weight changes if gravity changes. E.g., for example, the Earth versus the Moon. Although the most common classroom example is what happens to weight on an accelerating, decelerating elevator. It goes up in the former because the force increases and the decreases in the latter. Did you get all that?
I'm assuming that was based on our mass balance conversation.
Yeah. Well, Jabo's the science guy, so
Yeah.
It's
then
correct.
I caught something Joey said, so I left a comment that said Joey had ColecoVision. Man, that was top shelf. You were like the rich kid in the neighborhood with ColecoVision.
No, come on.
Pasta Jensen, the usual dynamic changes a bit when one is missing, but it's still entertaining. No clout to Jabo, but Earl is the GOAT when it comes to reading comments. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
I was struggling.
Chris Gannart. I'm with you guys regarding the BDP and no paper instructions. I got the mushroom house for my wife for her office. I haven't built it partly because I'm dreading the experience. Well, I'll tell you, I have built a couple rebrickable models off of the iPad and I've rebuilt a couple sets that I guess pieced together and didn't buy the instructions. And it's not a horrible experience if you have it's easy on an iPad. I don't know about on a laptop or an actual computer, but it's easy with an iPad. But to everyone's point, the problem is 10 years from now, I've got 4 BDP sets sealed. Am I going to be able to find those instructions online?
I was going to say, have you at least downloaded the PDFs just so you have them?
Dude, I can't even remember to clear my cookies before we start
Okay.
the show.
Fair enough. You need me to save those PDFs for you? So in 10 years,
maybe so.
Oh, I need those PDFs.
Yeah, maybe so. Somebody should. I'm surprised somebody hasn't done that and just has a file that you could.
Are they on Lego's website yet? Or are they just still on Bricklink?
I don't know. I've
never built one.
I've never built one either. I haven't opened one to see. Alex, we need some help, Alex.
I know the normal way you're supposed to get them is to go back to the BDP site, and they're there. You can download the instructions there, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Ty Novell. I was sorting through my yellow bricks from the past 40 years or so. There seems to be at least 2 different shades of yellow, maybe 3 over the past 40 years. Yellow has definitely changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that like the yellowish version of yellow, like just because of its age?
No, there are different.
Yeah. There's yellow, dark yellow, light yellow. There's several yellows over there,
and they're all named different.
No,
yeah.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about.
I'm talking about the actual yellow.
Okay.
Is different.
That is still always a problem.
Yeah.
But
Is
that can happen with anything. I mean,
manufacturing problems.
yeah, you can open a set with a bunch of line pieces, and the 2x2s are a slightly different shade than the 2x4s.
How many times have we seen dark red just not be dark red in the same set? You get some that
Yeah,
are
some
just like,
colors it's more noticeable.
yeah.
And to your point, Joey, when you build a set, you don't want to take it apart because you put it back
Right.
together, the shades aren't going to match.
They're not. No, it's you got it. They're always, the sun is always going to work on this. And it ain't necessarily just the sun. The colors will change over time depending on their makeup. But anyway, let's not get into plastics again.
Is that third time we're gonna have to?
Yeah, let's can't be the plastics podcast, no, or the color podcast.
Ty Novell, I know the AFoOL podcast had Joey ranting and raving about plastics. This is the first episode where we get into Ty.
1 minute and 50 seconds, Nathan.
What did Earl say?
This is the first episode where we get an entire science lesson about hydrogen and clean energy too. Come from Lego, get hit with a science lesson.
Okay.
You want me to try that again?
Was that in Cajun?
He said, okay, he says, I know the AFoOL podcast. It's not even that funny.
They're gone.
All right, he says,
Take a breath.
Okay, which one are we on?
well, it's funny because we just got the science lesson from about the elevator.
Yep.
He says, I know the AFoOL podcast had Joey ranting, raving about plastics. This is the first episode where we get an entire science
About hydrogen and clean
about
energy too.
hydrogen. Yeah, come for the Lego, get hit with
Science lesson.
Eureka!
Oh man.
And it was that science lesson was free too.
Yes. No charge
Maybe
there.
even been correct.
He's gone.
Oh man.
All right, we only got a few more.
Okay.
Chris Cummings, I was interrupted watching this when Earl uploaded his latest Iron Man Bricklink haul. Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Okay. Sin Killer Tachikawa. It's not about being eco-friendly. It's about doing what gets you tax credits at the moment. Plastic got pushed as durable, recyclable, and we don't have to cut down trees. Then people complained about the fish. Now we are back to paper straws and the like, and the people are like, but think of the trees. The cycle is endless, and I'm just living in it.
That's my least favorite thing about New York. It's paper straws.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
Julian Bonnet. I'll keep my French for when Earl is there. Great episode, unmounted and rebagged as set. Unmounted. I guess that means took it apart and rebagged the set I'm selling. Perfect timing. Joe liking the comment when you record tipping me off this evening would be the good one to do it. Joe liking the comment when
Joe
Bowling.
Probably. Oh yeah. Yeah, probably so. Liking the comment when record. See, sometimes Jason can translate these and tell us what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Jason, tell us next week what this one meant. I guess he was Joe was liking the comment while while he was
Okay.
gone.
I don't know.
Like in the
I
comments.
can't even find the comment that you're reading. It's like when you're whatever order you're in, they're like just jumbled up. This again is a YouTube thing, right? Because you're using the top and I use the top, but your top is not the same as my top.
Okay,
I
so
don't get it. Next
So-
time we just have to do it by date.
or by newest, right?
Yeah.
Blockhead UK, don't get me started on Bricklink sellers not sending the right color. I've been looking for the flat silver crystal for ages for my collection. It was only in one car's release. I've seen
Is it-
quite a few for sale, and without fail, they send me metallic silver instead.
Yeah.
I had high hopes recently when I found a seller who had listed one of each: chrome, metallic, and flat silver. So, like
Yeah.
a mug, I bought one of each in hopes that one of them would be right. What did I get? You guessed it: one chrome and two metallic.
So I went back and looked at that set because I had, when I saw what it came in, I was like, okay, I had that one. I parted it out into my store, but they were long gone, those parts. I was going to send her one.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, mine are gone.
So, do you have flat silver on your color chart, Joey?
That's what I was looking for a minute ago. I probably don't have the right one if I have it. Let me see. That's going to be in the metallics, chrome, speckle. Metallic.
I guess I should look at my car set and see if that is actually the actual color or if it's an error.
Flat silver. No. Yeah, so flat silver is one of those that the book links 3 different colors as flat silver and has 3 different names for it: silver, metallic, dark gray, silver, metallic. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, staying away from that. Kaz can corner the market. You guys, because that's going to be one that's going to be. Yeah, I'll never get the right one. I'm sure.
Pasta Jensen, looking forward to episode 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Kona Dog B. Neither tornadoes nor internet darkness can stop the #1 Lego podcast in the world.
We're unstoppable.
Are any of you getting the River Steamboat? Well, we did.
Yes.
Joey got it. He got it with some free chemicals.
Yeah.
It looks really cool, but really big and expensive. Get well soon, Earl. Thanks again for all the great content on all 3 of your channels. See you in 2 weeks. Thank you, sir.
I got the riverboat. I'm building it. It is a really cool looking model. I wanted it for the layout and put it in my Western area because I thought it would look good. So Heather built the little ticket booth that goes with it. And when she was done, she was showing it to me. And I was like, wait a minute. Because, it's like the riverboat looks like it's minifig scale, but the ticket booth is absolutely not minifigure scale. It's not micro, but it is a minifigure would look like a giant standing next to it. So I'm guessing the riverboat's not really minifig scale. Although it's got dining room tables in it that have like minifigure stuff on it. It looks like you could be minifigure scale, but
so you think the ticket booth is it scaled to the riverboat and the minifig is just there?
I don't know. If they're not scaled together, it doesn't look like.
Maybe it's one of those you have to take what's that force perspective?
Force perspective, yeah. I mean, maybe, but the if I ever figure out a way to get the riverboat into the city, into the layout, there's no way that ticket booth will go with it. It's kind of like
river.
No, that's a problem. I don't.
He's got a creek.
I got a creek. Yeah. It's kind of like your little shed that you had the other day on TrainSar. That little.
Oh yeah, the thing was little.
Yeah, it's
Everybody told me that was for narrow gauge, and I'm like, well, that's still HO scale.
Yeah,
it's still the same. The people would be the same size.
Yeah, the gauge is not. It doesn't have a
gauge
problem.
it has nothing to do with that. Yeah.
Chris Gennard, regarding international seller sagas, I once ordered something from a Bricklink store in Belgium. It took the seller about 2 months to ship it.
Oh my goodness.
After that, the local carrier, B-Post, showed that the package was dropped off at a post office. It then sat there with no updates for 2 more months. I contacted B-Post, but never got a reply. I pretty much gave up on the order when it appeared out of the blue in my mailbox almost 5 months after the initial order. I currently have an order from France from January that was just shipped. Another from Austria has appeared as original postage preparing shipment, which I assume is that they are determining what flight or ship to send it on for almost 3 weeks. Have learned to be patient with international orders. It's really a great surprise when something from Europe arrives in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, y'all haven't
Yeah.
really had that problem though, have you? I mean, you two
Not
order from
recently.
overseas.
I've had 2 to 3 months happen
Yeah.
sometimes. In fact, I got a Bricklink order now. I can't remember when I ordered it. It hadn't come yet, so it's been more than a couple of weeks.
How many have you ever had one that you completely gave up on and just forgot about? And then when it showed up, you had no idea what it was?
Well, yeah, but not because it took so long, just because I forgot.
Yeah, I've had it where I forgot to
A couple
order.
days later, something shows up. What did I order?
Gears and Bricks. I was waiting for this episode and looking forward to it. Thanks for always putting on a good show every 2 weeks. Sorry Earl couldn't make it. I'm at least 11 hours into building the Endurance and am loving it so far. At this moment, I just opened bag 18 of 28. Thankfully, I have another hour and a half of this episode to listen. My guess is that it will take me another 6 to 10 hours to build the rest of the set.
Oof.
So, actually, is there any chance y'all can release another episode early and make it 6 hours long?
No.
Just kidding. But I would totally listen to the podcast for that long if you did. Maybe that can be the length of the next episode that Jabo says 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep up the good work and play well. I'll report back later when I finish this beautiful beast.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a pretty looking boat. Yeah.
So, how far are you into it?
I have I'm 22 or 23 out of like 32. So yeah.
he's well past bag 4, and he talks of no oil.
Yeah, but he's building the Endurance, isn't he?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
a
I'm
bigger
sorry.
ship.
Yeah, he's
building
doing a
the other
different
one.
ship.
Yeah. That's the other one. Yeah. Syngenator, 5 minutes and 56 seconds. Start some of the best #BBI I've ever seen. Thanks, Jabo Tornado.
Yeah.
Oh, I broke the
Yeah, the train car.
Didn't break this one today.
Chris Gannart, you guys mentioned negative consequences of renewable energy. I just thought I would mention because it was mind-blowing to me, but I worked in a windmill research about 12 years ago, and back then windmill blades would increase in weight, not mass, by 50% after 5 years of use, mostly from insect strikes.
Oh my gosh.
Besides the obvious decreases in efficiency, deaths of birds of prey have been concerning for the local ecosystems. It is important to note that the solutions have always been imperfect and more work is needed.
Yeah.
And then I left another comment just to remind you that I would have talked you into buying that drawer. John Powell, they have started construction on the new plant in Virginia. It's a little over an hour from my house. My sister's boyfriend was offered a maintenance supervisor job, but he didn't want a management position. Oh man, he could have got all the free sets every year.
Yeah, all the employee. Yeah.
S Dan 359. Weird coincidence. I just purchased a 917 Samsonite box last weekend at a local thrift store. I really have no interest in collecting Samsonite, but because you guys talk about it so much, I picked it up. The box isn't in great condition, but I'd be more than happy to share pics with you, Jabo, if interested. The whole time I was debating whether to buy it, that clip Jason made lived in my head. My husband's a huge enabler, and he kept saying, "Do it for the AFoOLs."
So they found it at a thrift store.
A thrift store.
Wow.
Yeah. That's kind of it's getting harder and harder to find good Samsonite boxes.
They are 50 years old
Yeah.
or more.
Chris Gennard, BrickTsar, you are the first person to pronounce my surname with a soft G for the first time in at least 10 years. Greatly appreciate that. So,
Good.
Chris Gennard, is that how you say it? Say it with a soft G, Jabo.
I don't have it in front of me. I can only pronounce things once correctly.
Alex Noons, we know that guy.
Yeah.
A
I
trio
love
like
Lego.
a trio like the AFoOLs is like seeing Richard Hammond, James May, and Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear.
Top Gear, yeah.
They're awesome together, but when they're missing one, it feels off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Chris Gennard, there was another chance. Chris Gennard, and maybe it's just Chris Enart. Maybe that's it. Chris Enart. I'm gonna try that. Chris Enart. An interesting story. I thought I would mention it. That my wife opened a dental practice 1.5 years ago. She wanted to display some Lego sets throughout her practice. She most wanted more aesthetic recent ones, but teal was her main color, so she requested some Rock Raider sets. For the
Wow.
first time today, apparently, a dad commented on the nostalgia. The Rock Raider sets brought. Job well done in my mind. I will be beside myself today that someone actually comments on the entire collection of 70s hobby sets on display in our consultation room. I figure that no one will want to steal a Lego set with the aesthetic nowadays, and I have second copies of most of them anyway. Yeah, that's kind of that's taking a chance. Rock Raiders they're a little pricey, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, we just saw the Chief, $800.
Fivertown girl, I'm just a boring old man. You guys crack me up. Here's that Alex guy again.
Space.
There you go.
Jabo did well in reading the comments in Earl's absence. The only issue I had is I understood every word. And Jabo read them and he just fall on the floor laughing. It just didn't seem right. Oh wait, I had one more. Oh, I got a couple more. Damn, I thought I was already at the top. This going from the bottom to the top. Robert Glass, glad you are safe, Joey. Those tornadoes last week were no joke. I live up here in northern Indianapolis suburbs, and the same night you guys recorded this, one of those tornadoes touched down in Carmel.
Carmel, yep.
Just a few miles from our house. But to answer your USPS question, I am a letter carrier in Indianapolis, and I can shed a little light on the delays going on the last several months. In the past, all mail was processed solely at the plant in downtown Indy. But last year, a second sorting center was opened on the east side. It wasn't meant to be a sorting center in the first place, but was supposed to consolidate several post offices into one building. This was the brilliant plan. I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
This was the brilliant plan by the just retired Postmaster General. Unfortunately, by now having two sorting centers, there weren't enough employees to sort all the mail at the second location, and that is why you can see all the mail piled up over there on the news. It seems to be getting a little better in the last couple of weeks, so either they have hired more people or they have gone back to getting all the mail sorted at the main plant downtown. And it just isn't Indianapolis. There are several cities with the same issue around the country. I can only hope these issues are cleared up with the new PMG, who actually cares about the service we provide to our customers. What? You think a CEO is going to care about the customers? They're going to care about how cheap they can get the job done.
Yeah.
That's all they care about. Hope that clears up some of the postal questions. That does. See, they opened the second sorting center because they had this bright idea, and then it's not that you couldn't find people, it's you didn't want to pay people.
Yeah.
So that's why you couldn't find people. And
we pay pretty good for, at least for the area that I work in, and we still have trouble getting people.
Yeah.
It's just even when we get people that work, we can't get them to show up. We get people hired. It's like, I don't know. I don't get it.
The daily compulsion. I could listen to you guys talk about shipping, receiving, and tracking packages all day long.
Just put this in a loop.
But he didn't talk. He didn't mention plastics or colors though. Thanks for the content. A lot of people, not you, are quick to I can't pronounce that word. Excoriate. I guess that's criticize the USPS. Despite the flaws, I still think we are amazingly blessed to have the ability to ship a box thousands of miles away and have it arrive in a matter of days for a relatively small expense. In my experience, that is true.
Even when we feel like we're paying a lot, it's true.
It's really not, especially now with the new ground services.
Yeah.
In my experience, most USPS employees are happy to help when something goes wrong and are generally concerned with things getting to where they are supposed to go. It really pays to develop personal relationships with your local postal carrier and post office employees. I have numerous stories of carriers going way above and beyond to accommodate me and my many outgoing and incoming packages.
It's like being kind to your waiter or waitress.
Absolutely. It absolutely is.
Apparently, I left. I guess because I was watching and following along, I left some more comments. Joey kept saying TNG. Is that like TNT's cousin?
TNG, the new generation, Star Trek New Generation.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm not a Trekkie, so.
Yeah. You might be a Trekkie.
And then I also said, Jabo said that either his power went off or the tornado hit. Talk about the doom and gloom. John Powell, 2431. As a retired postal worker, I don't understand why you said they pick up the mail in the morning so it's sitting overnight. Incoming mail is delivered to your local post office in the morning for your carrier to deliver. In the late afternoon, the outgoing mail is picked up and sent to the processing center. This is no matter how small the office. Now, as far as those photos of the mail piled up you were talking about, I hate to break it to you, but that is completely normal at all processing plants across the country. It's been that way for the last 30 years, nothing new or special. The post office uses a lot of box pallets to ship the mail, stacking up like that to save
space
is normal. I could tell you horror stories about the post office. Well, do tell. But yeah, that's just. I mean, I didn't see that news story, but that's just like the typical news outlets trying to.
They're trying to
post a bad image on everything.
Yeah.
So I've been here for 25 years. That mail truck does not come until at that post office.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody going there after 4:30. There's never a truck up there after 4:30.
Yeah.
And it comes in the morning. Yeah. And that's what they told me, the people that work there. All right.
Well, I got through them. That was
right. Well, I'm gonna have to go. I gotta go on a trouble.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you sticking around for the last of the comments.
Yeah.
Well, good luck fixing whatever you got to fix.
Yeah. So thank you for watching another episode of Joey Talks About Plastics. and BrickTsar complains about shipping. And Earl, we still don't know what he said.
Yeah.
If you enjoy that type of content, this is the podcast for you. And be sure to hit that like button. If you didn't, Earl's going to play the bumpers 10 times for you.